And we are live.
Again.
We
No.
are.
We're live again.
I was going to say, when have you not been alive?
I'm undead.
Okay. Are we playing Walking Dead here?
No. I'm probably more like a D&D Walking Dead.
Oh, is that what it is?
Undead person.
So welcome our first viewer. Yay.
Hello. Ow, I just hit the table.
I was going to say, you were off to an auspicious start.
This is starting off
very It's well. Kevin.
Oh boy. So I will look at our list here and
we'll wait for a few people to chime in. So apparently we only have 2 viewers as of right now.
Oh, it's Michelle. And Billy Joe.
How about that?
Excellent.
Da, 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 da.
Yes.
Da, 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 da. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Billy Joe. Hey, Kevin. I just like saying that.
Boy, settle in. This is going to be a long movie. One.
Oh, it will be an interesting evening. It's always an interesting evening when you have Lord Fafnir and Spawn doing psychic readings for you. Yes? No snarky comments? Yeah, it's too early, right?
I'm not that punchy.
You're not that punchy?
We'll
Shall I punch you a little bit? No? You have a drinking problem now too?
I can. There's something not quite right about you. Don't know if you knew that.
Well, you know what? Whatever it was, I passed it on to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sitting in the chair next to me. So, welcome, one and all, as we start this almost beginning of summer solstice round of free readings with Lord Fafnir and Spawn. I, of course, am Lord Fafnir, and this, of course, is Spawn.
What?
What?
What if I want to be Lord Fafnir one day? What if you want
to do role reversal?
Actually, no, I don't want your job.
You threw me off my train of thought here. So yes, welcome to our psychic reading evening. We are here to do tarot card readings. Everyone who is on the list, and we will go over the list shortly. When it is your turn, you can ask your question or not. You do not have to ask a question. Pick one of us readers that you would like to have. We're both going to chime in, but if you have a specific desire for either Red or myself to be the primary, just say so. Once again, we have as our chosen decks, we each bring our Dragon Tarot cards. Red has her Swiss 11J deck, aka the Dark Shadows deck, and I have my R-rated naughty sexual magic tarot deck for those who want to go into relationship readings. So each reading is going to last, like 5-10 minutes, something like that. When it is your turn, and actually we offer 10 readings for the evening. So far we only have 5 on the list. I think partially because it's summertime.
Yes.
I think our viewership is reduced because there's so much more fun stuff to do this time of year.
But that's okay. I mean, we also have other stuff that we are doing, like
being
out and about.
So I'll give you the list of those who actually have already asked for a spot.
You are not Michelle, but you could be.
Oh, really? No, Michelle, you were not on the list.
Yeah, Nora, what the hell?
Oh, yes, our cats are down here, and they always seem to be... What was she doing?
I don't know.
Jumping on the bar. Anyway, Addison Burnett, Amanda McElhaney, Billy Joe Ellis, Jen Ramos, and Jin Suri are the ones that have signed up here. So if any of you is here, please admit yourself so we know that you are here, and then you don't ultimately lose your spot to somebody else.
And then Michelle
asked for a spot. So yes, we actually still have 4 free spots.
There we go.
So if anyone would like to have a reading who is not already on the list, all you gotta do is say so, because we control the list. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. And for those of you who know what I'm doing, you're way too old. You know what I'm doing only because I showed you the reruns of that TV show.
Yes, but I still know what you're doing.
Yes.
I'm not too old.
So Billy Joe Rock, who's not Billy Joe Ellis.
Yes, they are.
Billy Joe. Well,
yeah, that was the whole. Yes.
Did I mess that up?
Yes.
Oh, then never mind.
Good job.
Thank you. Because we have more than one Billy Joe that pops in now, and that's what because we have so many people with a similar name. So anyway,
no, we have 5 million Debbies. We do not have 5 million
Billy Joes. Well, actually, I guess it's just Billy then. Anyway, so Annie and Kevin would like spots, so we'll throw them in there as well. So yes, when Billy Jo is her turn, she says she wants a nulty reading, a relationship reading.
Well, I do think that we might kick off there because I don't see anyone before them on the list saying hello. Now, do I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it is a different Billy Jo. So so then yes, multiple Billy Joes are happening.
So okay, so there really is yes, a Billy Joe Ellis signed up for a reading last month. So I was right.
But yes, people that have signed up ahead of time are not here yet, I don't think.
Well, that's perfectly fine with me. Yes, Billy Joe Rock. We met her over at one of the first times we were at the Cummington Fair.
Right, but I thought.
But you thought
you just said Billy Joe before, so I was.
Oh, and I said Billy Joe Ellis because I was reading what was written down here. So, anyway, yes. So I guess yes, since none of our other our 5 regulars who have signed up actually have chimed in, this could be a very interesting evening indeed. If all of our reservations are wind up being given away,
wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, but there's always some that we lose, but not all of them. Anyway. Because it is now 7:35. So let us get this thing going.
Yes.
So Billy Joe, since you are here, we will begin with you. And you asked for the naughty deck because you want a relationship reading. We can definitely go with that. Did you prefer either one of us to be the point person? I have all the cards. I'll do all the shuffling.
And then also, please, number between 1 and 78.
Yes. If you have a question, please ask that. And then we need a number between 1 to 78. And the reason for that is if you guys were here live, we would be we'd be shuffling the cards and not us because you set the deck and then we just basically draw from the top of the deck. However, since this is a stream, you guys can't be here. So we do all the hard work, but I want you guys to give us the starting number in the deck. Whatever number you pick, we'll make that the new top card, and then you get your 3 cards from that point.
And Melissa, no, you did not, but you still could if you wanted to, I think. Let me count things. Yeah, you could be the last. Oh, good.
Oh, we have our first troll of the night. Goodbye. I can't even pronounce that name. The ancestors directed me to deliver a message to you from the realm of the universe. Mm-hmm. And it's very important, according to whoever that troll was.
But yes, Melissa, you can be the last on the list for the evening. So yeehaw! All right. So
we are waiting.
Carrying on.
We are waiting for Billy Joel to give us Billy Joe. I said Billy Joel.
Yeah,
oh my
I was
God.
like, no, we're not waiting for Billy Joel to do anything. We're gonna be waiting a while. My gosh.
Okay, birth number 6. She thinks it's 6. Okay. Alrighty, let me get all the decks were primed and shuffled, so we will go with number 6 here.
Yes, I got the other ones. Yes, I know. I'm watching.
Oh, we got another one?
Yes, I got it.
You know, it's funny because last couple times we got like almost no trolls.
Yes.
We have 2 trolls in less than 5 minutes.
Well, we were overdue.
I suppose. All right, so let's see what we have here. We're going to be doing... We have a slightly different setup tonight because Sound Guy isn't here. And Sound Guy took some of his equipment with him because he has a gig tonight.
Rude.
Yeah. Well, he has to make money somehow. All right. Whatever you want to flip it over to the cards, we will.
There you go.
Yeah. Kind of blurry, isn't it?
Well, there's one that's.
Let me see if I can make that a little clearer. Anyway,
we're working with what we got.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's a slightly different setup tonight, and not quite as efficient as we normally had. Anyway, the three cards that we have here, we have the King of Swords, also for astrology purposes is Libra. We have the second card here is the inverted 10 of Pentacles, and then the last one we have is the inverted Tower. So I'm going to turn these around because I want to show you guys the pictures in here on these things here. Now, Billy Joe did not ask a question, correct?
No.
Basically, she just wanted a relationship reading.
Right.
So this is what the pictures kind of look like. And from elements again, Swords is for Earth. Swords is for Air. Pentacles is for Earth, and then the Tower actually carries no element whatsoever. Then numerology, the Pentacles 10, number of transformation, and then the Tower is number 16, combination of the 1 of newness, the 6 of confusion, turning itself into a 7 of resolution. Yes. Well, let's get right into it. Kind of the whole aspect of the king. And by the way, this specific deck is actually drawn purposely in the very heterosexual method because it refers to male and female energy that we all possess. So when people get this deck, I let them know that, hey, you don't have to be, especially, a female who sits before gets a reading from us does not have to be the female in the cards. She could be sometimes, and sometimes she could be the male in the cards. So this is also a very, very interesting aspect. So you have the picture here of the King of Swords. The king is he's about to be serviced by a young lady who, by the way, is clearly not the queen, because there she is over there looking in on the whole scene and kind of going, oh, no, not again. So clearly the king this is not the first time he's been up to his old tricks. And so sometimes this card really does refer to infidelity, because that's obviously what it's a picture of. But it's also sometimes it's referring to it's not so much the fact of what's happening to the king right now. It's the fact of the king and the queen are clearly not on the same page. And the queen is just kind of like, she's like giving up. She's just like, okay, he's got to be doing his own thing, and it's not what I want, and it's just I can't control this. So I just kind of like trying to turn as much of a blind eye to this as I possibly can. And from a relationship perspective, it's just like, okay, the king and the queen, are they really married for purposes of love? Well, this is probably one of those situations where it's probably more for political reasons than anything else.
Yes, probably.
And so it's pretty much the king doesn't really give a rat's patoot what the queen thinks about it. Kind of a bit narcissistic there. And the whole concept of the King of Swords also being the sign for Libra, this is supposed to represent balance. And this balance is clearly not here. So we transition over to what is the reverse 10 of Pentacles. Well, 10 upside down is a 1. And here you have a very, very different picture. You've got a picture there of a lady who's basically all sprawled out on a nice little couch. And she's got very, very interesting placed fruits on her private parts, etc. And you have the man there who is, as she's like offering, a piece of fruit to the man. You can see he's very interested in playing this little game. So that's kind of like a complete oxymoron from what you had in the original card. The idea of now you have two people who essentially are playing games, of which now you guys are on the same page. Yes.
pausing you to answer a question.
Yes.
Welcome to everyone that is new here. This is not a general reading for the group of people watching. No, we are reading individual people that have booked readings with us. So it is not for everyone. It is for one specific person. We do 10 specific readings for people per live stream. All right, carry on.
Okay. So these two people are basically they're playing games, you know, and this obviously something which is a very mutual aspect where these two people are definitely, you know, on the same page. And then the last one is the inverted tower, which you look at that card and it's one of the more, I mean, let's face it, in overall in tarot as a general rule, that the tower is the stereotypically considered to be one of the more nastier cards in the deck. Some decks actually literally call it the Tower of Destruction. And here you have a picture of, well, you have a man and a woman having very aggressive sex, and then you've got a man behind the first man with a hatchet, and you're not quite sure, you know, what this is going to go on, if this is like a figment of the imagination. But the idea is that you honestly, from that pose, you cannot tell, because specifically you cannot see the face of the woman very well. You can't tell.
Yes, you are, Amanda.
You can't tell if she's enjoying this or not. He's obviously taking very much control over here. But is this a kind of a sexual game where this is exactly what she wants, or she has absolutely no control, and this is essentially borderline or actual is rape, you know? And the card, by the way, this is drawn deliberately this way. You really, really can't tell because you have to look in the context of the other three cards here. So Billy Joel, you know, without asking a specific question about a relationship, you know, let's be honest here, is the fact of certainly where it came from. You guys were not on the same page. You know, there's definitely some weirdness going on here. But the thing is the second card is actually the nicest of the three, where you've kind of like gotten over your differences, and now you are actually actively doing things together. The last card is more that reference of the kind of like that future aspect. Now, this being inverted, it refers to the resolution of essentially where you've been. Some of the old darkness, some of the old shadows from that first card are still
dark shadows.
Oh yeah, you got that, huh? I did that on purpose. They are lingering into the third card. But the thing is, the third card also carries the number of 16 turning into a 7, which is that number of resolution. As we tell people, we don't sugarcoat this stuff.
No, very much.
And so this, I would love to basically say, hey, these cards are all really friggin' fantastic. No, they're not. It basically says that you've been through crap, and you've had to get through the storm, and you found a spot where things have really, really been good. But now, as you progressed, some of the darkness is actually coming back in. It's just like, well, we definitely don't want to go back to where we've been. So can we actually use some of that darkness to actually create a stronger, better version of us, which actually acknowledges both our strengths and our weaknesses, and allows us to be a much more mature aspect of a relationship moving forward.
That's very nice. Do
you have anything else you want to add to that? I was like trying to do the quick little summary.
But, no, I think you hit on.
Yeah, do you see anything in there which I don't get?
No, you basically hit on all of what I would have pointed out as well. So yeah, Addison and Amanda, you are both up for tonight. I have Addison and then Amanda on deck. And Billy Joe says,
story of my life. Been single for the last 10 years. Yeah, the whole UGG thing. I saw the UGG first. I was kind of like almost reading it backwards. Well, I mean, don't be disheartened by this. I mean, maybe this really is referring to more of all your past nonsense than what you have moving forward. Because believe it or not, the Tower actually, I sometimes refer to that card as the silver lining on the cloud, in that, that which does not kill us makes us stronger. As long as we can take our dark past and, if nothing else, learn from it to make sure whatever mistakes we did, we don't repeat. That's always a good thing, because unfortunately, being human, we always seem to learn more from when we screw up than when we actually succeed. So,
I like that. I like that.
Do you like that?
That's good.
That's what we got. I mean, it may not quite have been what you expected, but that's what the cards have for you tonight.
So let us know, Billy Joe, if you have any other questions. Addison, you're up. You've been here before. You know how this game is played. Give us the reader, the deck, and the number between 1 and 78.
We know how the game is played. Who's the next contestant on The Price is Right?
It's Addison.
I guess I'll do Don Pardo. His voice was so easy to impersonate.
I only have the one impression that I can do, and you do not want me to do that.
Yeah, please don't.
For those of you curious, the one impression I can do is Edith Bunker. We don't want me to do readings like that. We don't want that.
No, you don't want to hear that. It's one thing when we can sing the Home and the Family song, but that's only like a minute.
Okay. Whatever you say, Addison.
What she goes, I don't know.
45, either. I don't care. So
I don't know why I don't care. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go with yours. 45.
Thank God I have the card shuffler.
They have my 45 collection. I love those.
When was the last time you actually got any of those out?
Actually, I played any of my 45s. Oh, probably 15 years. Those are more collectors now. They're actually worth quite a bit of money.
I'm not surprised.
Okay. 45 it is.
And the number shall be.
And the number still will be 3. So no matter what we do, it's always going to be 3. All right. So whenever you want to
do the flippy flip.
Do the flippy flip. Let's see if the dragon cards look a little better on this backdrop.
Oh, you can move them.
I can move them a little bit. So maybe our little backdrop thing you moved a little bit.
Well, also different sized cards.
Yes, we're using a music stand, by the way, as our backdrop tonight. So we have first card is the 2 of Swords. Second is the inverted 9 of Coins. And the finale is the inverted
High Priestess.
High Priestess or number 2. So 2, 9, and 2.
2.
And the number up is 13. Turns into a 4. 2 and 2 is 4. Think there's a coincidence in there? I don't think so. So turn these around so you can see the pictures. Do you want to be the initial point on this one, kid?
Well, I can be. I was also watching how the camera focused and then unfocused again. I was like, oh, so close. So close. So without anything specific to go off of, we are going with the 2 of Swords, which I always treat this one as someone trying to find balance as a change and transition sets in. These 2 swords that you're holding yourself between, the one that you have your tail wrapped around is the past, the one that you're grasping in your talon is the future. And the fun balance that I usually feel that this card tries to bring is trying to do bringing the lessons we've learned from our past into the future with us, but not necessarily bringing the entire past with us, which, hey, we're humans. We're not great at that. It's a very hard line for us to walk.
Hang on one second here. I just want to throw this up real quick. Addison is pointing out a little numerology thing here.
Nice.
So the 2s are in the cards.
Oh my God, she's a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that. I'm not the youngest.
And the whole thing of the 2 and the 22, that's one of the master numbers, Addison. Did you know that?
Probably.
You are the master builder. That's what 22 represents anyway. But keep going.
More change and transition as we progress into the future because, you're at that age.
Yes, because 22 is so old.
Well, no, I mean 22. It's all about change and transition. Don't get comfortable with where you are at 22.
Oh, good God, no!
You're not staying there. So, yeah, no. This is another change coming up for you in your present. That one of the bigger ones that you've had to deal with in your time thus far, and it's one of those oh no, I really want to get this right, but what is the right decision? And I think you're putting a bit too much pressure on the concept of right. But that's just my humble opinion. And then moving into the future with the High Priestess is you're going to get to where you want to be. It may not exactly be the path you envisioned in getting there, but you're going to get there at some point. Would you like to add anything there?
I was going to say the whole thing of surprise.
Yes, very much.
Basically, yeah. Didn't see that coming, did you, sport? Kind of a thing here.
Yeah.
Especially the inverted 9 of coins is the idea of the fact of, okay, switching over from the black tree, where basically, which is all the earthbound related stuff, to the white tree, which is more of the spiritual stuff. You're switching over to that direction, but it's like you're not even sure that you're even doing it. It's like when you finally realize how the transition actually that's going on, you realize that, hey, I'm already in the middle, as opposed to like so many times people have to say, okay, they're at the beginning of the road, I'm going to actually decide to start walking down the pathway. You actually started walking down the path and didn't even know you were doing it. That's why those cards are inverted.
Yeah.
And so you'll get there and you'll be like, almost like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah, it's one of those things where on your path you may in fact lose sight of the goal at certain intervals, but at one point you're going to find yourself having achieved the goal going, how'd this happen? Kind of like me. That's kind of at, the ripe old age of almost 28. That's kind of where I find myself right now for the first time. 13-year-old me, this is exactly where I wanted to be. This was everything that I had planned for the future, and I had completely given up on all of it until I found myself in the middle of it. Oops.
Clowns to the left of you, jokers to the right.
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Mm-hmm. Stuck in the middle with me.
I'm always stuck with you.
Yes, it's true. I'm so happy to be stuck with you.
Addison says, I hate surprises, and that makes sense. I can never make a decision because I look too deep into it, and that puts me thinking about work, wanting to be a manager and still waiting, but trying to get my foot in. Yes. This exhausting. No, I understand that you're dealing with a lot, and you're going to be continuing to deal with a lot for the next few years. So settle in for much change.
Remember, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
I sure tried to sprint.
I know you did.
I sure tried. I wanted to get it. I was like, let's get the growth and development over immediately.
Yeah. How'd that work out for you?
I got here eventually.
Yeah, well, I'm still growing and developing. Because after all, the moment you stop, you might as well be dead.
Basically.
So, anyway, we are going to move on.
Amanda.
Yes. Amanda. And by the way, we're waiting for Amanda. Has the other Billy Joe Ellis.
And then the Jen.
And the Jen Ramos and Jin Suri. Are any of you three-ins here?
Because I know that the rest of y'all are here. Unless you go away and come back. And then I'm not going to know. I'm not going to be able to know that well.
Hello, Amanda. You're up. Batter up.
Oh, change is almost never comfortable, Addison, and that's kind of part of the point of it.
Tell me about it.
We have, the dragons. We got my Dark Shadows deck. We have his relationship R-rated deck. So
actually, we have everything because we're here at the table.
Usually...
If you really want something else, we actually It's only a couple feet away.
Valerie, we can add you to the waiting list tonight. Our list tonight is full, but we usually have 1 or 2 people that don't necessarily show up for their time slots.
Or in the case of possibly 3 of them tonight.
So we usually have a waiting list going. In the case that happens, so we can definitely put you on it. Just for those of y'all that have not joined us before, this is very much you do kind of need to give us your patience and wait your turn. We are going as fast as we can while still trying to be as accurate and helpful to you all as we can.
But but Valerie, you are now on the wait list. So if you are the first on the wait list, so if any one of our other people doesn't show up, and like I said, 3 of them already aren't here, so you make it a spot.
Amanda would like the Dark Shadows deck.
She wants the Dark Shadows deck. Okay, and now we have a number
between 1 and 78.
And a question as well. Do you have a
not.
question? Or not? Yes, just basically if you want a general reading, it's fine. And then we need the number between 1 and 78. What's Addison saying now?
It's okay, Addison.
I'm always the person that never shows
That's
up.
the first time anybody's ever called themselves out for that. I think that's the first time.
Okay, Amanda wants 11. And then question or no, Amanda? As I deal this stuff out here. Do.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Okay.
That's going to be interesting. You should put them up there, though.
Oh yeah, I will.
No particular question, she says.
So we'll make sure that this is okay.
Yeah,
that's the regular version of that. Yeah.
Yes.
As opposed to the inverted version. I suppose this one's very obvious.
It's upside down.
All right, go ahead and flip it.
I did the flip.
All right, so we have, remember these cards are in French. That was what makes them more fun. So we have number 1,
Le Batelleur.
Le Batelleur, otherwise known as the Magician. Second one is the 5 of Coins, not inverted, by the way.
And no, we don't know how to say that in French.
Oh boy.
Fünf.
I was going to say, I almost did it in Spanish, but that's Spanish, not French. Anyway, and the last card is the inverted number 3, Empress. So I'm going to turn her right side up. Whoops.
And you're going to just knock everything
I'm going to knock everything off because after all, I'm dealing with
Oh, look,
this
it's
silly
focused.
thing.
Cool. No, damn it.
Well,
so close.
So close and yet so far. Well, we will deal. So a 1, a 5, and a 3 is supposed to be a 1, 3, 5. Kind of like the numbers on that aspect there. But a 1, a 5, and a reverse 3. And of course, we've got no astrology. And frankly, the only element that shows up is the middle one, Earth, for coins. We talk about the magician in very different ways sometimes.
We do.
Well, because I mean, from my perspective, a picture makes 1,000 words, and the thing is, here you have the magician. First.
Look, Michelle's being helpful.
What? Thank you, Michelle. Now, can you spell that with the phonetic pronunciation?
That will be hilarious if she can.
So, numero
Yeah.
Le Batelleur, the magician there with all of his little implements just kind of sitting on the table there.
Very Mike OJ-esque.
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, a very Mike OJ-esque. And there he has his wand. He's getting ready to actually, give a little demonstration, a little show. You want to say, it's like, want to see a magic trick? I'm going to make this pencil disappear.
Thank you, Michelle. You're lovely.
Cinq de pieces.
I think you just made every person that speaks French on this planet cry a little bit.
I know. That's why I did it that way. I took 4 years of French, so that was just a long time ago. Anyway, so the magician's about to start doing his little show for people. Of course, the thing is, with the magician, magic is a very interesting concept.
Is it magic?
Well, I think that's the whole point, because think about, what do magicians do? At least like actual stage performer magicians. Are they really working magic? No. they are doing illusions because they are an entertainment act. Does magic exist? Well, of course it does. But the thing is, the magic is in the eye of the beholder. What a magician does, he likes to fool people. So who's fooling who here, Amanda, as you get ready to do your little presentation? Now, are you actually there to pretty much just do a show because because you are performing, you go, it's showtime, and you're getting ready to actually set whole things up?
Well,
or,
that's oh, you're being far more eloquent with the 3 doors that I present people.
No, go ahead.
See, I am much more succinct with it. I go, who is the liar? And I give 3 people 3 options. You are lying to somebody else is lying to you, you are lying to yourself. It's usually more than 1 door. All at the same time.
And this isn't quite like Let's Make a Deal, right?
Those prizes aren't great.
No, typically not. And then we have the 5 of coins. And this is one of those things in this particular suit especially. Actually, I think wands, they also do it as well, where it's really... this deck likes to play with the role of symmetry.
Yes.
Because if you look at that card...
It is not.
Almost. It looks very symmetrical. And frankly, if this was one of those things where if this was a black and white card, it would be symmetrical. But with the fact that they add the colors in there, that changes everything. But you have to look really, really closely to actually notice it. The most obvious things there are the 2 flowers, the 2 roses at the top and bottom of the card, where they both have the same colored stem, but the top one is red and the bottom one is basically white. And if you look at the leaves throughout this on the sides, you notice that they're, again, the very similar drawings, but the colors don't quite match. So again, you're close, but not quite. 5 of coins, by the way, 5 representing reevaluation and coins for the element of earth. It's that whole concept of also like temperance. It's like what you need to like reevaluate things. Like you've got your patterns, you've got your routines, you've got your symmetry, but there's always room for improvement because it's not quite perfected. And by the way, it never will be completely perfected. That's just the whole way of it. And the inverted Empress, number 3, of course, a Roman numeral 3 upside down is still a Roman numeral 3. But there's the happy lady on the throne, holding up her index finger. The first time I saw the card, I go, was that really her index finger?
She is very much demanded. Listen to me, damn it.
Uh-huh.
And yes, rulers that have uteruses have very often had to still demand the power that they hold.
But remember, this was inverted.
Exactly.
Are you saying it's the same at regular fashion versus upside down in this case?
Not all the time, not always, but I'm also going a little bit off of what I know about Amanda, because I do consider Amanda a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And if there is something that I do know about Amanda, it is that she is a quiet person and may not always speak up when she needs to on certain things.
You've noticed that, have you?
I have noticed that.
Are you hearing this, Amanda?
We love you, Amanda. I'm not trying to pick on you. I love you so much.
Actually she is, because you need to be picked on right now.
Dad's picking on you. I'm not. I'm not doing your dirty work for you, sir.
Well, the raised finger there is like going, yes, listen to me. Every now and then, Amanda, you actually have to say, listen to me a little louder than you do. That may be a bit of an understatement.
Amanda, I care about you. See, unlike what I normally tell people, I do have a slight dog in your race. And, I care about you, so...
Oh, by the way,
I may have been trying to be nice there in my wording.
Stephanie, we got your note, and
Yes,
you are now on the list. You are number 2 on the wait list.
Yes, so hopefully we will be able to get to you, but if not, you guys are also more than welcome to sign up for the next one that we do, which date TBD.
Well, and as of right now, we still have 3 no-shows. So
we'll see what happens.
So if this stays, both Valerie and Stephanie are going to get readings tonight.
So, but yes, Amanda, if there are things that you would like to communicate with people, you should do that. And I know, like, right now, I feel like the largest hypocrite in the world saying that, because communication is not always easy. But it's much easier to do it now versus when you're frustrated at the end of the rope and finally you're just snapping, going, "Will you listen to me?" Ah! You know,
Exactly.
very much. The Empress here seems to have reached the end of her rope.
I would definitely agree with that one.
Boom.
All right. So let's move on.
So I know that Michelle and Annie and Kevin and Melissa are all here. Fight it out. Who wants to go next?
I was going to say yes. Of those, because again, Billy Joe Ellis, Jen Ramos, and Jin Suri has still not checked in, and they're running out of time to do so. So yes, we have the whole Annie and Kevin combo.
Michelle made it in first.
And Michelle, okay. All right, you're up, Michelle. Batter up. Whoever wants to be on deck next, Annie, Kevin, Melissa, speak now and pick your order. You all get rid of these cards and get ready for the next read-in.
You're welcome, Amanda, and we love you, and you deserve to have your needs met. Oh, you're really getting that long, huh?
Yeah, it's getting in the way of shuffling the cards. Yeah. It's starting to get Willie Nelson long here, okay?
Okay, after Michelle, we'll have Annie.
Okay. So, Michelle, what do you want? Who do you want? What's your number? What's your question?
Yes, your hair keeps getting longer and mine keeps getting shorter. I like this. I like this weird reverse we have going on.
Role reversal, yes.
I am enjoying the shorter hair. It's much easier to care for. Question: summer business and personal.
Okay.
You don't have to elaborate all the way, but just elaborate slightly more. Give me just a sentence in terms of summer business and personal, because that's still I'm not quite sure what you mean for that one. Want to make sure that I know what's happening.
Want to get away?
Yes. Like I said, I am counting the days till LBI. Counting the days.
Yeah, it's like 90 yet.
Oh, is that all?
3
We're
months.
getting down there. We're getting down there. Are we in the 2 digits now?
Yeah, we're definitely the 2 digits.
We're whittling away at it.
We know something you don't. I just picked the cards.
As seen on TV.
Okay, that one.
That is right side up.
That's right. So, yeah,
okay.
that is not inverted. And then okay. Aha. This is going to be a very interesting reading. Yes, the question context is going to be very, very important on this one.
Okay.
She says, added to my question.
I know, and I'm not sure where. I am confused.
I didn't see a question in the first place.
Well, her thing question summer business and personal, but I asked for just a little bit more. That why?
How is summer business and personal awareness of going? Any surprises?
Cool, that's fun. For some reason, we got that in reverse order.
Yeah,
Love that.
Definitely did. That's for sure.
Okay, summer business going and personal relationships.
All right,
Any surprises?
so flip it, and I will do a quick little brief thing, and then you can take it from there.
Oh, you can slide them just
a little bit. So we have the first one, La Mort, death, reverse, number 13. And then we have the not inverted 3 of Wands, Wands for fire. And then the last card is the number 11, Strength.
Well,
May the force be with you. And
God.
both of those, okay, so we have water and 2 for fire, doubles as Scorpio, doubles as Leo.
Well, I do have to say, just by looking these off the bat, I'm not surprised in any way, shape, or form that these 3 have appeared for you, my love. I'm thinking that Lamort is representing more of like the end of the one season and the beginning of the season that you are asking about. Because also death has been coming up a lot recently, which is all about one door closes, another door opens. You've gotten to put the big yellow Twinkie away for the summer, and now you can just focus on the projects that matter to you.
The big yellow Twinkie?
She's a school bus driver.
I've never heard of a school bus referred to as the big yellow Twinkie.
I literally, that's her verbiage.
Okay.
She calls it that, so I just thought I also would.
Okay. Thank you for the clarification.
You're welcome. But yes, so I'm not looking at, I very rarely look at death and think, oh no, horrible warning, ye gads. I very rarely see that, and that's not what I'm seeing here at all. She says many of them refer to it as that. Apparently you're just not in the know.
That would be the first time.
And then in your center, this doesn't surprise me. Again, passion, energy, drive, motivation. I know how motivated you are to, what is the phrasing? I don't want to say get the business off the ground, but perhaps have the business take over if you could put the yellow Twinkie away for like good and all and just focus on the sewing and the things that make you happy. This is the card 3, number of the heart, wands, fire, passion, energy, motivation. Those are the 2 things joining in the middle in your present now. Your future card, though, is a word of warning, and it's words that you've said to me much as well. In that whole, while you are burning the candle at both ends, 1, don't do that, and 2, remember to rest, because your strength is not endless, my darling, my love. You need to also rest. You need to rejuvenate yourself, both physically and emotionally, hell, spiritually as well. I know that is a very important part of your life as well. So while I really like the present card for you, the future card of inverted strength, we need to keep an eye on that for the coming months. Anything you want to add in there, my lord?
No, I'm just actually the numerologist in me is just staring at the symmetry or lack thereof of the middle card there.
Yes, it's so close and yet so far.
Because the thing is, it's like it's a perfect reversal. The fact of if you look at just the middle part moving outward, it is, and then they have the reverse endpoints like the flowers.
Yep.
The fact of it's red and blue, blue and red, and then each one of these, the endpoints of each one of the rods, even though in the middle,
yes, again, if this
they're all the exact same, but the ends are the exact reverses of the colors.
Yes, again, if this were black and white, but it is not.
Well, some of the other ones, the colors even make less sense. This one actually, there is a pattern to the lack of symmetry on this card.
Yes,
it's a deliberate lack of pattern, as opposed to the other ones which are just randomly lack of pattern. I know that sounds kind of silly, but
well, you were easy, Michelle.
That really kind of was easy for you to do that one.
Yes, I like it when that happens.
All righty.
And then so we have Annie.
Annie is up.
And then Kevin, and then Melissa.
Melissa, and then last call for the other Billy Joe, Jen and Jin. And if not, we get to go move on to Valerie and Stephanie.
Yep. Good. Both Dragons 16, says Annie.
All righty. Let me just reshuffle the dark shadows.
Michelle, I didn't nail you. This is, in fact, the internet. And that's not what this particular live stream is for.
Are there other live streams where that would be more appropriate?
Do you want the honest answer to that, Father?
I'm afraid I don't. La 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 la. I really don't want to know.
And Annie says just general, no question.
All right. $16, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm dealing correctly. She has all inverted cards.
Ooh boy.
Ooh baby, ooh baby, ooh baby.
You spin me right round, baby, right round.
Yeah, but who knows what most people your generation don't know what a record is anymore, though.
My generation, remember hipsters. They came back into style because the hipsters.
All right, so we've got the reverse Knight of Coins, the reverse Wheel of Fortune, and the reverse Page of Swords, also known as Gemini in the astrology world. So flippy flip, so you can see the pictures. But we have Earth and we have air and the Wheel of Fortune, which carries no specific element in there. It's just more of the, let's just get to brass tacks on this one. Annie, you've been playing way too much the role of the Knight of Earth. That's what this is all about, which is basically is the Knight of the Defense.
I feel like we've been telling her that a lot.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm kind of going. Let's just get right down to it. And the fact of the way the dragons are drawn in this deck, the knights are they all represent soldiers. Their element kind of saying where their heart lies, so to speak. Knight of Fire, of course, being the all about offense. Knight of Earth is all about defense. And there the sentry sits, guarding the post, guarding the little dragon in his tail tip here. The family aspect, those who cannot protect or cannot protect themselves. And this dragon is kind of going, you never have an off day, never have an off moment. You're always on duty. Versus the Wheel of Fortune. Remember, again, these were all inverted. Wheel of Fortune, all right, it's the whole thing of, are you so sick and tired of letting random chance operate in your favor? Because that's what you've been doing. You've been spinning that wheel, and it keeps coming up that you're a loser. You're playing the whole point of you're playing roulette in Vegas, and your number's not coming up here. Well, that's because
gambling is not your strong suit.
No, and you're also playing by house rules, which are, this is more like Hunger Games, right? May the odds be ever in your favor. Well, sorry, you're from District 11. The odds are never in your favor.
Yep.
And the thing is, and the more you play, the more statistically you are guaranteeing yourself to lose. So how is that working out for you? Okay, it's not. So the last card there is essentially your ticket out. And honestly, this one, inverted versus regular, means almost no difference. The Page of Swords, unless you're going to tell me that you're a Gemini, which I don't think you are, represents that dragon who finally said, I am free of my bonds. I am free of my shackles. I am flying through these trees so fast. I'm ripping the leaves off, and I don't even give a crap that I'm causing some collateral damage. I'm finally able to actually breathe and see the light and actually be outside. And thank goodness, I'm like, it's final. I can finally do what I want to do.
Annie says Scorpio.
Yep, that's what I thought. What do you want to add to that, kid?
Well, I don't really feel like there's a lot that I have to add. I mean, the one thing that I will say is that I do feel like we've been saying frequently similar things in our readings.
So I guess this really sort of begs the question, Annie, of where exactly do you want to be? And would you rather keep spinning on your wheel or not? Because you have the free will in your life. It's not us. You make the changes. We don't.
Right.
So,
But you were only going to ever be really happy if you really could basically cut loose of some of this nonsense and actually do what the hell you want to do.
bingo.
Now the thing is, the Wheel of Fortune. If you notice that the picture there, the dragon is actually snaked into the wheel. So this is the starting point of the fact of if you still have to throw the wheel, okay, but the smart dragon gets into the wheel. That way, when the wheel is thrown, he can kind of like, well.
Have a modicum of control.
Yeah, stack. It's like the stacking the deck, or maybe what's referring to it when we do in the Core Thieves, cheat to win, right?
Right.
So the thing is, rather than let random chance operate in your favor, which it typically doesn't, is get in the wheel and try to guide the wheel to where you want it to land.
Nope, I agree.
There's nothing wrong with basically stacking the deck in your favor now and then.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
That was easy too.
You like it when it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, it's your turn, and then Melissa, you're on deck.
Do 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 do.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
If any of you know what the tune that we're just doing, you also are too old.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that was actually included in the movie because I refused
No,
to
actually,
watch.
it wasn't.
Okay, then I've refused to watch the movie.
But even that movie's getting old now too.
I don't know how long ago that was.
I think it was 99.
Oh,
it's over 20 years. Yeah.
Huh. All right. So Kevin wants any deck 61 job and path. Cool. We can do that. I literally just watched that with a friend of mine.
We're doing the Wild Wild West, by the way. James West, Artemis Gordon, great show from the 60s.
No, Michelle, we're not doing the movie. We're doing the actual show.
We're doing the original TV show with
because we're classy people. No.
Robert Conrad and Ross Martin.
Yep.
Two fantastic actors, both of which unfortunately have now.
Well, Ross Martin went way before his time, and that's just not fair.
Well, yeah, he had a heart condition. That was the problem.
I know. No, I know.
Yeah, he's been dead like 40 years now, Ross Martin.
I'm still upset about it, though.
I know. I miss him a lot as an actor. Some of that stuff. So anyway, 61, yes.
Yes.
Going to be using your dragon cards
61. Tonight. Yeah, no, I was watching a few episodes of that with a friend that visited a couple of weeks ago because I actually got lucky enough to find the first complete 2 seasons in Walmart's bargain bin a couple of years ago, and they were like $7. So I was like, cool, thanks. These are mine now.
I have the whole box set.
I know.
All 4 seasons.
I know, but see,
which actually the last season's the worst.
See, but this is the hard part about not living here anymore. I no longer have access to any of this whenever I want. So I have to start building up my own collection now.
I know.
This is what you've done.
By the way, just so you know, if you ever see season 4, half of the season doesn't even have Ross Martin in it because that's when he had his first heart attack. So they actually they got another person to actually play.
Is that why you've never shown me that season? Wow, we are getting really off topic.
Well, yeah, I know.
He's never shown me that season because, Artemis was my favorite, and I remember when I was young, I was just always asking how James West's pants didn't split because, my God, they put that man in some really tight outfits.
And then, of course, then there was the actor Michael Dunn who played the role of Dr. Miguelito Lovelace, and who was
so
they used to use the word midget back then.
Yeah. So, Devin, thank you so much for asking. In fact, we are at a Connecticut Renaissance Fair this weekend, next weekend, and the weekend after that. And
yes.
Also,
Robin Hood Fair in Harwinton, Connecticut.
So if you would like to come see us in person, you can literally do that this weekend, next weekend, and the weekend after that. If you also want to see us in person in Vermont, you can do that next weekend also. We're here, we're there,
I was gonna say, you're gonna be in Connecticut, I'm gonna be in Vermont.
I'm using us as a very loose term.
We split company because the Robin Hood Fair it runs 7 weekends of where we are now. We are four down, 3 to go, but it conflicts with Vermont. So
and this was a big part of the reason why we brought other psychic people on, so that Dad and I would have weekends off and still.
Well,
have...
you do. I haven't had one yet.
I'm special. He needs to work on his scheduling.
Something like that.
Michelle is also a vendor at the Vermont Fair, and
yes, we've got stuff
and
for
Amanda
you.
Amanda will be in Vermont.
Yes, I have a bag to give Michelle for Vermont.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot about that, didn't you?
I forgot about that.
Anyway, Kevin's cards are ready.
Kevin's cards are ready. I will flip. We'll stop talking about the Wild Wild West now.
So basically, job path. And look what we have here. Now, this, honestly, I almost want to laugh at this because this has got 2 of the same 3 cards that we had from the last time the Dark Shadows deck was put out here.
Yes.
We have the Queen of Wands, which, by the way, is the other Leo card, so also would double as it's a variation of the Strength card. We have Death. This time, neither of those 2 are inverted. Death is also doubling a Scorpio. And then the last card is actually the inverted 4 of Cups. So flip this one around.
Flip.
Job path, Kevin. Well, let's basically say you're all gung-ho. You all the energy. You know what you want to do. You ever hear that phrase, you're all dressed up and no place to go?
It is really what this is like, isn't it?
Well, because unfortunately the death aspect change. What you're looking forward to isn't going to be there much longer. So you have to come up with an idea and make a change again. Now, maybe it's not going to like the rug's not going to get pulled out from under you because after all, neither of those cards are inverted. If death was inverted in this case, I would say, oh crap, this is a change which, it's a bit of a surprise. You didn't see that coming.
It's
concept.
one of those things where the path that you're currently on as far as job stuff, it's not necessarily going to go away. Like if you needed to fall back on it, you could, but you want to get out of it all the same.
Mm-hmm. It's you want to make a change, mainly because you're sick and tired of playing what's the phrase, nursemaid to a bunch of there was a specific phrase. Unfortunately, I'm kind of blanking on the rest of it. Well, the idea is that you're playing the quote role of caretaker to people who should take care of themselves. You're doing things that honestly you shouldn't have to do it from a professional point of view because others should be able to do it, but they're relying on you and you're doing it because I guess you think you're supposed to, or maybe they're forcing you to, or they're just lazy or whatever.
Well, I'm noticing that people that are in the generations above me really do think that if you go above and beyond in your job capacity, that will actually get noticed. And it will, but not in the way that you hope it will. It will only get noticed that you will do more for less.
Yeah, this is not the generation that I grew up in where,
your generation wasn't the generation you grew up in.
Well, I should say we're the ones that screwed it up is really what it really came down to.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm really, I look back at that kind of going, oh my God, we were so taken advantage of because we were trying to play the rules that our parents played by, which worked for them. But thanks to good old Ronald Reagan in the beginning of the 1980s, that all changed, and it was a slow change, but it changed nonetheless. And yeah. So anyway, getting back to you, Kevin. You doing all this extra effort, it's not being viewed in the positive way that you would like to it. So the inverted 4 of Cups is pretty much, you look at that picture, that's the picture of the mommy dragon kind of feed the baby dragons. 4 is the reminder that this phase 2 is coming to an end. And the whole point of it being inverted is that okay, it really is time for you to stop this nonsense, as opposed to just, death being, hey, a change. The 4 of Cups more really refers to let's fine tune what this change. What are we really talking about here?
Mm-hmm.
And this really is you need to change the way you're actually being treated at work because, well, partially you're allowing it because you think it's okay, because you think you're actually, making yourself looking better and can rise up to the top and
or you're not, or you don't even think it's okay, but you are worried to say something because people that say things get targeted.
Yeah.
The one office job I had, I was informed by my boss that if I kept going to HR and telling HR everything that she did wrong, that wasn't a very good way to make friends with my boss. And that was when I informed my boss that if she wanted to be a better boss to me, she should probably stop doing illegal things that I was reporting her to HR for.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, isn't it?
If you want us to have a better relationship, maybe you should be the one that does the changing, you know.
Yeah.
And that's sort of, I think you need to stand your ground a little bit, Kevin.
This is definitely the whole stand your ground concept. Absolutely, this is stand your ground. You have a better idea of what you ultimately want long term. So now is the opportunity to actually,
do that.
Do that.
You've also parked your Twinkie.
I love that, parked your Twinkie.
So go look. Go figure out and see if there's other things out there besides the Twinkie.
Yeah. That was easy too.
Melissa!
And Valerie and Stephanie, if you're still out there, please let us know because I think you guys are getting your readings.
Oh, sorry, you're parking your Twinkie on Wednesday. My bad. But still, it's close. It's close enough for government work. Is that technically government work? I don't actually know.
Hello, Sylvia.
How
are you?
Yes. So while we wait for the comments to happen, because I think we mention this every time, but there is a large time delay between things for when we say them versus when you see them, then when you respond versus when we actually still get stuff back. So
yeah, we're not quite sure what the delay is, how long it is tonight. 30 seconds, 40 seconds, something like that.
So we're in between the 20 and 40 marks.
Okay, so Valerie has just chimed in. So
yes, Valerie is still here.
So I think
Thank you so much for
I
that.
think Valerie, I do believe you're in the on deck circle after we take care of Melissa.
If Melissa is even still here.
Sylvie would like a reading.
Perhaps we waiting list going.
Well,
yes.
it's we have the wait list going, but I think we're going to be hitting the wait list soon.
Yes.
So. Melissa.
I think Melissa might be gone.
I was going to say, if you're gone, Melissa, we're going to go over to Valerie.
Yep.
Last call for Billy Joe Ellis, Jen Ramos, and Jin Suri, and I think they're gone because I don't think
they
never showed up. So
weird.
I think we have our 3 no-shows for the night.
Yes.
Possibly 4 if Melissa doesn't come back.
We'll see what happens. Because we all yes, Jalen, you can, but remember, please bear in mind, wait list is not a guarantee that you are getting a reading tonight. If 6 of you sign up, you are not all getting in. I'm sorry.
Should we write down Jalen? If we get to it. Okay, so Valerie was here. Melissa still has not chimed back in.
Yeah, so Valerie, as you've seen how this is going, please pick one of the decks we have available, a number between 1 and 78, whether or not you have a question, and one of us to
actually, or both of us. Well, actually, we'll probably both say something anyway, but if you want one of us to be more of the point person, just say so.
Yes.
We haven't done the commercial yet either.
Well, we kind of did because somebody asked the question. So
okay.
I snuck it in.
Okay, so what's it? I can't read all that. Number 38
wants you to choose the deck. Do you ever see her having a baby girl? Number 38.
Baby girl question.
So
dragons.
Yep.
We're doing dragons. 38. Because we did your deck last time, right? Your dragon deck, so we'll do my dragon deck this time.
Okay, Melissa. Well, then we can do you after Valerie. This is why we do the call. This is literally why. None of your comments came through, Melissa. This is the first time that since we were calling your name and waiting for you, this is the first time that we saw you.
Now they're all coming in.
Yep. This is just gonna be
all
one
right,
of those
Melissa.
nights.
We will definitely do you. We'll take care of Valerie first, and then we got you now. We got your numbers, question, whole 9 yards here. So, but we'll take care of Valerie. She wants to know about a baby girl.
Yes.
All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, tell me about it. Okay, flip them. This is going to be actually another very interesting. Well, I mean, the answer is a little more complicated than the question. We have inverted cards. We have the inverted Knight of Coins. We have the inverted Four of Cups, and then we have the inverted Two of Wands. No astrology signs there, but we do have 3 of the 4 elements. Coins being for earth, cups being for water, and then wands being for fire. All we're missing is air. But you can't get 4 elements in 3 cards.
Right.
Turn them around.
Good job on the math there, Professor.
Oh, shut it. Obviously, she would like to have a baby girl.
Well, yes, the desire is very evident.
But how does she feel about a baby boy? There's a question for you, Valerie. What happens if it's a boy?
Do you have children already? There's another question.
Yes, because this actual card refers to multiple children. I mean, first off, you have the Knight of Coins, the first card there. This card already has showed up once before, so the idea of the knight standing as guard, sentry duty, and all that. But the detail here, and I'm not sure if you can see this on this camera, there's a little dragon that's sitting on the wingtip of the soldier there.
3 boys.
Uh-huh.
Which, hey, center card.
Exactly. That's where I was going with this, and the fact of the center card. Hey, look what you got here. The mommy card to the 3 dragons on the rock. And there you are, happily feeding the dragons. Well, I'll put it this way. If you already are a mother of 3 boys, well, it doesn't really matter, 3 children.
And 1 girl, but I want another girl. Jesus Christ.
Oh my.
Oh my Lord. I do.
You're busy.
More power to you. I want exactly 0 kids in my home. This is why I did the nannying. At the end of the day, I gave the kids back. It was great.
Well, obviously, you must relish the role of mom, especially if you already have 4 and you basically are looking for another one. If the desire is there, the absolute desire is there. The question becomes, from earth reality, and then water is more of emotion. How is this working out for you? I mean, by the way, the questions I'm going to ask now, you don't have the answer to us, because after all, this is really like not our purview anyway. But the thing is, how's your energy holding up? You already know from past experience how much work children are. So granted, we don't know the age of any of your kids here. But the thing is, if you add another infant to the mixture, how is this going to work with all the other ones, and how thin are you stretching yourself? Obviously, your choice, free will, and all that, because the last card there, 2 of Wands, it basically shows the dragon having to make a decision. Which chalice do you want? Do you want the one on the left, or do you want the one on the right? Now, obviously, you already can tell the dragon's already made his choice. He's already leaning toward the left one, and essentially hasn't grabbed it yet. But is there for the taking. If you really would like to have another child, and more to the point, if you want to have it to be a girl, those cards actually are not saying there's anything wrong with that, nor are the cards actually saying that your wish is not going to be granted. But what I did draw just because I was curious myself. It was a clarifying card, Kyle, going, if you get this, if you have that fifth child, how are you going to feel about that? That's the hanging dragon, by the way. Bless you.
Needs a nap?
Yeah. Number 12, 1 and 2, turning in numerology, 3, the number of love. But you see that what that is a dragon who's basically asleep. Are you going to stretch yourself so thin that by having a fifth child that you're going to be so bloody exhausted? And maybe it's just the initial aftermath of having a child, because I remember what it was like when you were young.
Well, I was my own special bag of hardships.
Oh, that's certainly true. And you
Because
got worse as you got older.
well, yes, and I'm only continuing to get worse. I say that in a joking way, but also not joking at all. For your first real foray into fatherhood, having your first kid also being disabled. Woo! That was something for you and mom to go through.
Yeah, but we definitely we pulled it off. But anyway, Valerie, back to you. Is the cards are giving you they're kind of like answering a question that you didn't ask, and that's why I'm kind of pointing this out here, is the fact that
Is this one of those you think you want this?
Yeah, or this, be careful what you wish for, you may get it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the hanging dragon is the aftermath of, okay, your wish is granted. Now you're bloody exhausted. And, you've already been through this 4 times. And I say your oldest is 10, which means, well, you were at least 10 years older now than you were when you started this whole process. So,
who are you going to be on the other side of mom?
I mean, Lord knows, and I tell the story sometimes, is the fact of Red's brother. He's 4 years younger than her, and they're the only 2 kids that we have here. Believe me, the difference, when being the father the first time and doing all the diligent things that you do as a parent, new parent, and all that, and 4 years went by, and I start the process all over again for infant number 2. And boy, did I feel my age. I felt like I aged 15 years in those 4 years. Kind of going, I was so gung ho the first time, and not mattering about the lack of sleep and doing all the extra chores. And then the second time, obviously, I knew what to do. The one good part of it was I didn't have to learn anything. I already knew what to do. Just repeat the same things. But now it's just like, oh my God.
Right, but then there's also the second older kid that now is why aren't you paying as much attention to me? What the hell is this thing you just brought home? Which was essentially my reaction.
Mm-hmm.
My parents did not give me a sister, therefore this was unacceptable. Take it back immediately.
Well, your brother was the Christmas present you asked for. The problem was you wanted a girl.
Yeah, no, I also tried to get gender specific. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it was my fault, literally.
Well, yes, it can only ever be your fault.
Mm-hmm. So yes, Valerie, be careful what you wish for. The cards are basically saying if you really want to do this, your wish will be granted. The question is that, do you really want this? Or maybe you say now, but when it's actually here, I don't want to say, are you going to regret this? But are you going to have second thoughts going, oh God, I have to go through all this again?
We're a lot each and every time.
That you are.
All right, I'm gonna get back to I can scroll correctly. Ooh, Melissa.
So we're back to Melissa. Yes.
General 47. And if there's a deck that we're drawn to for her.
Actually, I think I want to go Dark Shadows with her.
Okie doke. And then I'm
Stephanie would be up
Stephanie
next.
Is still here after that. So Stephanie,
Yes,
you are on deck.
I saw Stephanie chime up back in there. So
Yes.
Stephanie, you are on deck now. All right,
had the same reaction.
It's staying. So
I was just like, what is this nonsense?
What was Melissa's number?
46.
46. Okay.
Yeah, I was just like, what is that? That's not what I asked for. And I think that was around the point where, you know, the daycare wanted you to have me tested because they thought I was nuts because I was that mad about it.
You did have your temper tantrums. I remember that.
Yeah, I read some of the progress reports recently where they detailed that I would throw myself on the ground and kick my feet and bang my fists on the floor. And I'm like, why did I ever stop doing that? Did that actually work?
No. You grab it
Oh,
away.
47.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes. What was it?
47. I'm sorry.
Oh, 47.
47. I'm sorry.
Oh, one card off.
I can count sometimes. Michelle. I wanted him to be named Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. All right. And she had no specific question, correct?
Correct.
All right, so go ahead and flip it over.
I am correct, right? I am correct.
What was that?
The mouse doing not what I told
The mouse
it to.
doing was the mouse became more of a rat.
Yes.
All right, so we have a bunch of inverted cards here. We have the inverted Valet de Swords, or the Page of Swords. We have the inverted Ace of Swords, and we have the not inverted Temperance with the very incorrect Roman numeral 14.
They do that with all the fours. They do that with all of the 4 numbers, and it hurts me.
Yeah, in this deck. They don't do it in the Dragon deck.
I know, but they do that in this deck.
XIV in the Dragon deck,
It hurts me in this one.
I know. It's just kind of a... How many clocks with Roman numerals have also the I for number 4?
I don't know.
No, I've seen that. It's all just like, what are you guys doing?
I don't like that.
No. So, swords for air and temperance, doubling for the earth sign of Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, Sagittarius, fire sign. Excuse me, I got that wrong. Temperance is Sagittarius, but turn these around to see the pictures here.
You've got a crown on your sword.
You have a crown on your sword. You think too damn much.
A little bit.
Does that valet look a little like he's like trying to be a little bit too prim and proper?
Well, the squires always want to be the knights. Like it's
yes.
They want to graduate. So you think he doesn't mess around with his lord's sword and whatnot behind his back? That sounds awful, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. The wannabe squire or the wannabe knight is the squire, and then that ace of swords where the fact of it's like a Christmas tree, isn't it? It's like overly decorated to the point of like, can you even use that as a functional sword now?
Yes, we don't want a knight in shining armor. That way that's how we know it's never been used.
Yeah. So Melissa, you're way overthinking this stuff right now. It's like you want to basically start something new. You want to be in a better position than you are. I think you're going about it the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
You're fooling yourself if you don't believe it. Old Stick song.
No, I know that song.
Yeah, okay. Because Temperance, the one card that's not inverted, essentially says take a chill pill. It's time to actually kind of like reevaluate where you are and kind of going, are you actually doing the process correctly? Because those first 2 cards kind of saying, not that you don't have good intentions, don't get me wrong.
But you're getting too overwhelmed on your insides and you need somebody to pull you back out again. Essentially. You're getting too stuck in your head and you need somebody snap out of it.
I was gonna say, are you being Cher right now to Nicolas Cage?
A little bit.
And there's the angel and the angelic wings for Temperance.
Yes,
because there's always that little bit of aspect, even though it is a Sagittarius, the also the controlled burn fire sign, as opposed to the other 2, which are out of control.
Yeah, well,
and you as a Leo certainly know that one.
Well, I don't think Leos are necessarily out of control. Aries are forest fire. I think Leos are controlled bonfires, and then Sagittarius are the coals at the end of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
The comforting warmth, so to speak.
So yeah, this is basically saying is that again, not that your intentions aren't good, but you're definitely you're overthinking and you're actually not being very productive. Right.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm just making sure that I counted something right. One sec. Whee!
Yeah, just double checking this. Okay, so yeah, so
then I'm right. Bingo.
that would be it.
Bingo was his name-o.
And that's what you want to do, yeah. Okay, so back to you. Sorry about that, Melissa. So yeah, back to the whole point. The angelic wing aspect essentially saying that if you basically can like step backward a little bit and just kind of like reevaluate and see objectively what success you've had with what you've done so far, and then I do believe that the angel there of the temperance, which by the way is you,
And
will actually find a better path for you. Yes.
I also a little bit of advice on the objectivity part, because objectivity is hard, especially when it's things that we are, that are about us, that we're close to. But something that has been helping me of late is to literally just, oh my God, this is causing me too much stress and overwhelming me, and I'm spending too much time in my head on this. And you know what? I'm just going to put this down for a bit. I'm just going to put that down over there, not think about it, not worry about it, literally just let it sit for a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and then come back to it. Because right now, just trying to keep up and keep at it with this isn't helping. It's just what I'm thinking of right now is the house search that Sound Guy and I have been trying to do.
Oh Lord, yes.
That has just been so frustrating that at the moment we're just letting the market attempt to maybe right itself a little, or at least be slightly more reasonable than it currently is.
Well, you're going good because the fact of interest rates are rising. Mortgage rates are higher now than they've been in like 5 years. So yay, it'll be more expensive now to get a mortgage.
Yeah,
but to tell you the truth, that's actually part of what's going to be the correction factor. It has to start there.
Things have to start coming back down.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So, any other last minute questions on this, Melissa? If not, we are going to
our
move
last
on.
For the evening.
Stephanie, if you are still here, you are going to be our last one for the evening because you are our number 10.
Stephanie actually put in what.
Oh, did she? Did I miss that?
Yeah, General 36 and whatever deck we feel drawn to.
Oh, okay.
So Stephanie knew how to. She
do you feel drawn to a specific deck? Since I was drawn to the Dark Shadow deck for Melissa. Are you drawn to anything specific?
I feel like we should probably close the night out with one of our dragons. I'm just not sure which one.
Let's. My dragons were used last, so we'll do it yours.
Okie doke. That works for me.
Give it a quick shuffle, and these are the numbers 36.
36, yes.
36. Alrighty. So where's Sound Guy playing tonight?
He's in Connecticut in a town with a W.
Winchester?
No, was it Worthington? Was it Worthington?
Worthington?
Was it Worthington? I feel like that sounds vaguely correct, but I don't know much about Connecticut geography. I know he's got another band gig in Hartford tomorrow, and then another gig, but I'm not sure where, on Saturday. And
all right, flip it over.
Flip.
All right. For once, we have cards which are not inverted.
But we had this, but
well, not quite. Well, actually, we've had all three of these cards show up at some point tonight, but not these exact same three on the same position. But
right,
yes,
I was going to say they're all in different positions.
Yes. So we have number 2, the High Priestess, number 9, the Nine of Coins, and the 2 of Swords. So, yeah. Oh my God, the 2 2s and the 9 have come back again.
Yes, indeed.
Just not quite in the same position. And this was did we actually do this from your deck before? Or actually, I thought it was from my deck had this. This is really weird.
We're having a night.
So hey, Stephanie, is your number 2 or 22? Because that was Addison's thing.
Yes, it was.
It was all the 2s coming out there.
So let us begin. So High Priestess, the card of the creative. Well, one of the cards of the creative.
One of them, yes.
Do we not have much time for that these days? Because that's sort of that's what this progression is starting to look like to me.
Oh, you're cheating and looking at all 3 cards together.
Well, that's usually what I do.
I know. Me too.
I don't. Willimantic, thank you. Michelle is smart. Good job. Yes, that's what they're doing. Thank you for coming back, Jesse. Yes, we are discussing intimate things, as always. So what I'm seeing from a progression for the start of this is we have a lot of creative juices and we would like to let them flow, and we had more time for that than we do at present. Because our present is being taken up with a whole lot of other things.
Boy, isn't that
do you like how I undersold that?
Yeah, you way undersold that one.
I really did. But yes, you're so whenever I see an Earth card in this position, I'm always like, oh yes, so right now we are just very focused on the day-to-day slog to get through. Which sometimes that's where the focus needs to be. Sometimes we do have to unfocus on the not very glamorous day-to-day stuff. But your day-to-day stuff also seems to be hitting a transition point. Wouldn't you say there?
Well, because you're still in the 9 of coins. But
exactly.
Yes, exactly. Turning your back on the black tree of Earth and turning your face to the white tree of the spirituality side. It's like time to let your emotions like really kind of like, I don't want to say rule you, but it's time for you to basically suck more marrow out of the life that you have and be much more happy and appreciative of the fact that you're actually here and not dealing so much in just the day-to-day drudgery of earthbound stuff, shall we say.
Mm-hmm. That's very, very much so. And then for the 2 of Swords, I have pretty much the same thing to say about it in this position as I did in the other position, except now it's a progression in the other direction as opposed to it being the first card on the docket, which is the trying to do the balance of learning from your past and bringing the knowledge of your past into the future with you while also trying to not take the entirety of your past with you. I am so sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly. Tanelia, you did not get called for tonight, but like I said, for anyone that was unable to get a reading for tonight, you can always sign up for the next one that we do one of these in the middle of every month. So our next one will be in July and then August. So, even if you don't get in tonight, you will definitely get in at some point. Anyway, where was I?
You were talking about the 2 of Swords,
Yes.
the whole balance thing.
Yes, trying to bring the lessons from the past into the future without bringing all of the past with it, because there are things that we do in fact need to leave in our past.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things that where you can maintain the knowledge and the memories, but you don't want to repeat the same patterns, because after all, that means you're repeating some of the same mistakes. That's the whole point. You don't want to do that.
Definitely.
So the idea of, you've got your front talon on the sword because you're focusing on that. You have your tail wrapped around the back sword because, again, you want to you don't want to cut everything loose. You want to make sure that there's still a piece of that with you, because you want to make sure you carry that, even if it's painful.
And maybe this is the way that we can kind of come full circle and you can kind of come back into having more creative time, because maybe you make that time for yourself.
And the whole point of the middle card there of you turning yourself to the white tree, this is where you actually
are making the choice.
You're making the choice to actually take the time to really, really appreciate Hang on, we're putting your quote up here.
Yes, I understand
Yeah,
that.
that's the whole black tree. That's the whole earthbound tree. I mean, obviously, you can't leave it. You can't just say, screw you, Earth. I'm gonna go just spend my time in the clouds for a while.
Yes.
You can do that when you're dead. While you're still physically alive, now Earth is always going to be
Some part of
a
the
part
daily
of it.
equation.
But the whole point of that middle card there, showing you actually have turned your back on it, it says, again, it's because you want to spend more time focusing on the things which actually say to yourself, like when you wake up in the morning, you say, boy, I'm glad I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
This is what makes life worth living. And whatever your version of the white tree means to you, there's no wrong answer, by the way, because everybody has their own things which makes it, which gives them the passion for their existence. So
Yes,
it's whatever makes you and makes you happy, go for it. But this is also, it's saying that it's time for you to actually spend more time focusing on that and not so much being just the hamster in the wheel in your daily life, as you so eloquently phrased that.
yes, very much. I'm going to flip back to us now.
All righty. So you have any of your last minute questions there? Because if not, we are going to say our farewells for the evening. And this has been another fun time for us being able to provide these readings for you. And the only reason we keep coming back and doing this on a monthly basis is because you guys
all keep asking us.
You keep asking us to. So yeah, I mean, we got the great idea to do this when COVID was at its absolute worst, now like 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
This is done rather well, and frankly, we're gonna keep this stuff going as long as you guys have interest in us doing it. So
keep on keeping on.
Yes, and so
So for those of you that want to come see us in person, the next 3 weekends at the Robin Hood Medieval Festival in Harwinton, Connecticut, you can do that. And then next weekend, you can also see Dad and Partner at the Vermont Renaissance Fair in Stowe. And we will also be in a bunch of other places after that.
Yes, actually, we have a very busy schedule coming up here. We next Tuesday night, on the actual day of solstice, longest day of the year, both of us plus 3 other readers, we are going to be at the Hammond Castle in Gloucester, Mass, doing readings there. I am also going to be in Salem, Mass, this coming Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a class on numerology. And you can come see me live, or you could actually sign up and actually watch it being live streamed, because they too have got a live streaming program. So I will be on there, and you can watch it from the privacy of your own home.
Michelle,
what?
I do believe it's Julianne that will be with Lord Fafnir. So
yes,
so for all of y'all that would like to go to Vermont and have some mediumship work done, there's your opportunity.
Exactly. And then we'll be back in the field for the main Renaissance Fair for the last 2 weekends of July. Then August, we have a little bit of time off.
Yes, and then we will
before the fall really kind of kicks in, and then we're balls to the walls for the next 2 months after that.
Well, you
basically. Well, me especially.
Well,
yes.
you are.
Well,
I'm not that
between
insane.
between the Fall Connecticut Renaissance Fair and Salem, Mass in October, my weekends are.
You don't have any.
No, I got nothing.
You don't have.
I don't have a free weekend. Oh, I forgot Jersey too. We're doing Sparta, New Jersey in September as well.
Yeah. See, you have no weekends.
I have none.
I get some. You don't.
So, throw up our website real quick. There we go. So, yes, if you want to know where the heck we are and what we're doing, go on our website, because all the information's there.
It is indeed very detailed event schedule.
It's also on our Facebook page too.
That also, basically anywhere that you can find us, we also lay out what our schedule is. So
thank you again for watching us, and we will be back next month doing one of these. And if we don't see you before then, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.